Yo, what's up, y'all? Good morning. Y'all see this? This is money. You see this? This is money. That's a damn shame, man. You got people that is obsessed with this. You obsessed. But we gonna get it cracking. We're gonna wait for a few more people. Get a little activity going. If not, it's perfectly fine. It's a damn shame how people have allowed money to identify who they actually are. You know, we tripping, we tripping over dead presidents now. See, a lot of y'all, let me tell y'all something. I got a lot of pennies and stuff right here. A lot of y'all take stuff like this, a penny, and you toss it and you throw it in the garbage. You feel like it's useless, but you love money though. What's up, CS? What's up, Kai? Make sure y'all get the likes up on this stream. I just felt that it was necessary to talk about money this morning because there was someone that said something um to my husband and they called him broke. And usually, see, back then, money had a really huge effect on us, so definitely we would have been tripping about it. But being that over the years we have been through a lot pertaining to money, and it has opened our eyes and woke us up and showed us what money is really about. And it honestly is so many different negative things surrounding money. It's to the point where I don't care about money. Let's be honest. Because what I care about is my life. And I always say this because it's true. So let's be 100. He was on live stream this morning, and sometimes he does his live streams where he listens to music, and people try to identify him through music, but honestly, you can't identify a person just by them listening to music and stuff like that. So anyway, he was listening to music sometimes during the week. He just turns on music and he'd just go live and listen to music, and he'd just be dancing, just trying to make the vibe positive and whatnot, for people in the morning times and stuff like that. But this person came in there and they said, "You're broke." Obviously, we know that people be trolling. People be trolling, okay? We know that. But he said, "This person always coming in here, so I just want to address them. Whether it's a troll or not, I just want to let you know, you know. It's not even that serious, Kai. I mean, yeah, it's not that serious. It's just they gave me something to talk about this morning. And what I want to talk about is money, because people really will call you broke and believe that that should have an effect on you. Well, we not everybody else. So you can call us broke. That's perfectly fine. Call me broke, but at least I'm not broken from within. That's the thing, you know? So they said, that's all y'all say. So once he stopped the live stream, stopped the music and stuff like that to give them a little speech, they said, that's all y'all say. And it's like, that's all who say? Because I can almost guarantee you the people that has given you speeches about them being broken, you calling them broke or whatnot, they definitely probably got worked up about it. They probably said, "I don't care, woo woo." But at the end of the day, take it from us, people that actually been through something when we didn't have no money. We found out who we actually were without money. A lot of y'all really don't know who you are without money. And it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you got to go through something just to see, what it's really like. Yeah. Sometimes you got to actually go through something for a change in order for you to really see what it's like to not hold any possession of money whatsoever. Trust me. Take it from me. It I look at being broke actually a blessing. What's up, Amoon? And yeah. See, you looking too hard. That's weird. You looking too hard. Why is you looking at my people always looking at people are so weird. Don't get me started. People so weird. They would literally zoom in. This is exactly what I be talking about, y'all. Don't make me change the whole entire freaking title around, because I will. I would literally make it to where it's not about money anymore. No problem, Amoon. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. We was talking about money, but I just want to say this. People so weird, y'all. This is exactly what I be talking about. People will literally miss everything that you saying. It'll fly right over their heads because what their main focus is your profile, the way that you look to them. They looking at your lips, they looking at your nose, your ears, your skin complexion. They looking at what you got on, if you got on a bra or not. Like, they looking at the way that you present yourself on your live stream, and they will identify you based off of what they see online. Hey, we got to stay on subject though. We got to stay on subject. Happy early birthday too, by the way. So, before I got rudely interrupted by a weirdo, just weird, bro. Weird. My face is, I'm up here. My mouth is, I'm talking. I'm up here. Stop worrying about what's below. People is so damn weird. But matter of fact, hold on, I take that back because I don't want y'all to look so hard at my face that you gotta zoom in on the camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that y'all be trying to zoom in, zoom. People is weird, bro. I'm telling you, they will literally not listen to anything that you saying. Everything that you saying really makes sense, but they ain't trying to hit it. They worried about how you look. Okay? Let's get back to the money though. The money. Y'all love dead presidents. You obsessed with a dead president though. I don't know if people realize that they're idolizing paper. I don't know if people realize that they are idolizing their credit and debit cards. And I don't know if people realize that they're idolizing dead presidents. I don't know if people are realizing that. It took me some time to finally realize it, and when I finally realized it, it was years ago. But I'm like, damn, you mean to tell me the whole entire time I was really idolizing dead presidents? Because think about it. People wake up with money on their mind. They be like, I got money on my mind today. I'm about to chase the bag. I'm about to get to the money. I ain't even see all these comments. What's up, Curtis? Andrew? Yeah, and let me tell you something, Andrew. A lot of people, they throw stuff like this to the side. They throw it away. They don't like pennies and nickels and dimes and quarters and stuff like that is not useful anymore. I don't even see people using coins anymore. So I'm wrong. I guess I am wrong for talking about money. Don't nobody want to hear that because they feel like, oh, you just broke, just like the person that was in his stream earlier. Oh, you just broke as hell. Y'all broke as hell. That's all they say, bro. That's all they say. They be like, and I said, you know what? That is y'all national anthem. Really. All y'all do is talk about money. That is y'all national anthem. You feel the way about a person. You look at a person on the live stream and you just automatically assume that they're broke. They're staying in an apartment. They ain't got nothing. Blah 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 blah. Whatever you want to call it. You assume that. You assume that. So let's just be honest. Like, you identify who we are based off of money, based off of us having a consistent income or not. Let's be honest. And you know what's even more crazier? The fact that we already have to be identified that way by the system. The system already tries to identify us based off of if we broke or not, if you're low income or not, And you got people out here talking about, oh, you broke as hell. You ain't got no money. Well, guess what? Guess what? My wallet, it might be empty. My credit and debit cards, it might say $0 balance. But guess what? I'm alive and I'm happy to be alive. And guess what? I know who I am with and without money. That's what matters the most. A lot of y'all walking around here with some fat ass bank accounts, fat ass wallets, and everything, and you still don't know who you are. You still broken from within. You not know how many people walk around here pretending to be happy, but they're actually upset every day of their lives. They wake up, they pissed off. They don't even know what the fuck they mad for. They just mad. Bank account full of money. So I know some of y'all just coming in here and y'all don't understand what I be talking about, and then y'all just feel the need to assume, based off of what you just heard. But what I was talking about is the fact that someone in my husband's live stream gave me a reason to talk about money this morning, because as I was moderating, he had, I guess, a troll or whoever it was that he had to address. Usually he don't really address them like that. But he addressed them because he said they keep coming in his live stream saying the same exact thing. They called him broke. They said that he's living in low income, and he lives in an apartment, all type of stuff. Like, they don't even know us personally. Obvious, I don't know if they do. People be under different accounts and stuff like that. But I'm like, damn, this person really just gave me something to talk about, because you want to know it's crazy. People, they normalize calling you broke, and they go on about their day, and they feel good just because they was able to say that. And it's like, yeah, you broke, you ain't got no money, you dusty, you live in an apartment. But let me tell y'all something. Even if I was living in an apartment, even if I was, or whatever you want to call it, broke or whatnot, and I didn't have no money and stuff like that, why is it your concern? Why is it your concern? People will call you broke and not help you. That's true. Take loyalty over money. But at the same time, we must know that nobody on this earth is entitled to be loyal to us. The only person that we should expect loyalty from is the Most High and ourselves. We cannot expect our parents to be loyal to us. We cannot, and I know it might sound crazy to people that don't understand that, but you got to know that we can't even expect our own parents to be loyal to us, family members, friends, our own children. We can't. And you got to understand life to know that. You got to understand life. You got to really, 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 really understand what I mean to know that. Because we living in the end. In the end times, your own parents will turn against you. Your own grandparents. Your own family members that you thought was real family. They're going to turn against you. Your own children will turn against you. This is why I say, you talking about money, you calling somebody broke, but evidently you're the only one in this live stream that cares about money. You wake up with dead presidents on your mind. How that work? I don't know these people that's on the back of these coins and, that's on this paper and stuff like that. I don't know them personally. What I'm about to wake up with them on my mind for? I don't know what you mean, Fred, but that sounds so. What you're saying sounds very demonic. You talking about greetings from the underworld of cats. What are you saying? Exactly. Some of y'all probably feel like you can pay your way into heaven. I mean, like, people really are crazy like that. I'm going to heaven. I just gotta pay God. Like, what? got my morning coffee, y'all. I said, you know what? Let me jump on here real quick because people think, and if y'all go back to my other live streams, right? Go back to my other live streams when I talked about stuff like this. People in money, in the way that they really feel about money, it's ridiculous. Y'all have grown so, y'all have grown to literally idolize money. How do you wake up with it on your mind? How? Trust me. Hold on. I understand because I used to do the same thing. And this is how you wake up with money on your mind. When you wake up and you don't even acknowledge the fact that you were able to be woke, and the first thing that you think about is paying your bills, you're thinking about money. The first thing that you think about is, damn, I ain't got no money in my account. You thinking about money. When you think about, damn, I got to put gas in the car so I can get my kids to school. I got to put gas in this car so I can go to work. Damn, let me see who I can ask to borrow a few dollars till I get paid. When you walk around the house and you look in your fridge and you realize that you only got a few items in your fridge that's going to last you for a few days, you're thinking about money because you need money to get more items. Money does make the world go round in y'all eyes, but me personally, the world just going round and I'm just living. See, the thing is, we got to understand that once we die, the world is going to continue to go round. Real talk. It ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop because you dead. Them damn bills that keep coming in your name, it ain't going to stop either. They're going to keep charging you while you're freaking dead. No, that's what you think. That's what you think. You think I'm talking just to be talk. See, people that has an obsession with money, they don't want to hear that. They don't even want you to talk because they don't want it to get to a point of where they have to really sit down and think like, damn, whole time she really is right. She really is right. Lifted. Wasn't you just in his live stream talking crazy? X, appreciate it. This is the same exact type of behavior that other person in his live stream had displayed, because he started talking about money and then y'all demons get so irritated that y'all have to expose yourselves. Real talk. It's like, oh, here she go. She steady talk. She must be broke. Now you just talking to be talking. Oh, you just broke. You ain't got no money. Can you come with a better rebuttal? Because like on some real stuff, y'all all say the same. And these, like I said, these be people with money, but they're broken from within. I stay in a community full of wealthy black folks. And when I tell you, all of them, they wander around just broken from within, but they rich. They pulling out of their garages with BMWs and, Mercedes trucks. And that's all you see in this area, Mercedes and BMWs. All you see, nothing but black folks. You know what I'm saying? You got a few white folks here and there. But it's a shame because my own culture, they don't even know who they are. They're lost. And I can only imagine how lost you would be even without the money. You believe that you somebody because you got it. You said, I live life. I don't let life live me, money or not, me regardless. And that's what's up. I can't knock that. That's good. The fact that you know yourself with or without money. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do this YouTube for money, because I just seen your comment. I do not do this for money. I might be monetized, but I'm going to be honest with you. If I really cared about this, I will be uploading video after video after video. Because I did talk about YouTube content creators also being lost as fuck into social media. You not know how many YouTube content creators I followed when they had a small audience. And then when they worked their way up all the way to 100K, 300K subscribers, they just, they start going crazy. And you want to know why? Because YouTube will make you like that. And I talked about this before. YouTube has to be one of the most dangerous platforms to actually be on, because they play with the views. They play. They play with you. They play with you. They make you think that you ain't getting enough views, or they do make you think that you're getting a lot of views. And once they make you believe that you're getting a lot of views, you're going to get so excited that you're going to keep uploading and uploading and uploading. I'm not saying that this is always the case, but from what I have sat back and observed in regards to YouTube is the fact that they really play with you. They really play with you. I'm in a YouTube studio toggling with all type of buttons, and I'm looking like, this don't add up. My watch time hours, my views do not add up to what I'm seeing from my videos. It don't add up. Do I care? No. But what I do care about is the fact that, people are mentally disturbed just by being a damn content creator. It's to the point where they can't stop uploading because YouTube is paying your bills pretty much. YouTube ain't paying my bills. I don't rely on YouTube to pay my fucking bills. No disrespect. All due respect to the people that's like, what are we talking about? Can you please rewind the live stream if you got to? Please. Or just simply look at the title. Sometimes I get thrown off and I go in all different types of, whatever. Anyway, YouTube has to be one of the most dangerous platforms in my eyes. Because I've been on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I was on Facebook. And I was on Facebook for some years. And I'm so glad I got out of that shit back in, what was it, 2020? I was done with Facebook. I couldn't do it no more. Like, it was dangerous. It had became dangerous as hell mentally. And I exited out. I deactivated my account and ain't been back since. And I will never get back on Facebook again. TikTok. I still have a TikTok and I don't even use it. And the last time I was on TikTok was the beginning of 2025. I can't do it. I don't even really upload anything. Like the last time I uploaded something was definitely the beginning of this year, but I'm not feeling it. I don't feel it. Like TikTok is just weird to me. It's weird. And TikTok it's a bunch of freaking, if you ask me, it's a bunch of, you might as well say the whole damn world is on TikTok. Whole world. They stuck there. They're so stuck there that they're contemplating that if TikTok goes down, they're going to go crazy. People will literally sit back and manifest negativity into their lives. And it's like, I promise you, if TikTok go down this time, it's going down for real. Okay. So you want to get locked up for TikTok? All right. YouTube. I've just been sitting back realizing how dangerous it is though. Like I've been watching a lot of content creators that I know that I've been following since day one, bro. They don't even realize how crazy they're going. They going crazy. Because they letting the views and the clicks and the watch time hours and the likes, they letting it get to their head for real. They let it identify them after a while. Then once you start getting paid real good from YouTube, see, this is one thing that I dislike about a lot of YouTube content creators. They do this shit. And I'm not going to say everybody do, but a lot of them, once they start getting paid good money from YouTube, they start to do house tours. They start showing you where the money going to, because they showing you what type of vehicle they driving now. They showing you what type of house they got. They showing you, like, why do you have to do that? Why? You don't, if you getting paid, you getting paid. Keep that to yourself. Don't nobody need to know, you know what I'm saying, with your background. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's only really one content creator that I follow that don't even show. He got a lot of views, he got a lot of subscribers, but he don't even show what he got going on. You know, all you see is a white wall when he talking. That's all you need to know. He ain't about to walk around and give you a damn house tour and show you what type of vehicle he driving, and, you know, showing, come with me to go to the grocery store today to buy my family something to eat with my YouTube money. And I'm not knocking people that got YouTube money, but the whole world don't need to know what you have. And then people sit back and wonder, damn, why they just robbed me? Because you on the damn internet showing what you got. What's up, Michael? William, what's up? Uh William said some see it as motivation. Exactly, Michael. Some people just want to be what they're not. You said money should not motivate anyone. God should be our greatest. Yeah, God should always definitely be our greatest motivation. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. People wake up with money on their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I wake up in the morning, you know, I remember when, I'm gonna go back to it, because I don't want people to be like, oh, she always talking like she ain't never blah, 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 blah. Let's just be honest. Y'all, some of y'all that say stuff like that, y'all actually don't want to admit that you have these problems, but it's okay, because I'll admit it. I did have these problems. I used to wake up and the first thing that was on my mind was money, and I'm like, I gotta pay these bills due today. Oh my God. When I'm done, I ain't gonna have no money. Ah! Like, yes, like, not having money will make you feel some type of way. It will. When you gotta pay them bills and you left with probably $5, $10, it will make you feel some type of way. But the thing is, people allow stuff like that to, they let stuff like that ruin their day. Real talk. I used to be the same way. I used to be the same way. I'm like, man, I done paid this, I done paid that. Now I'm down to this amount. I'm down to $20 in my pocket, and I just sat up here and paid all these bills. Ah! Let me tell y'all something that we gotta understand, because it's multiple ways that you can go about this. It's either pay your bills and be happy that you were able to pay your bills, because it's actually people out here that can't even pay their damn bills. You know, and I mean people that can't pay their bills because they're financially struggling. Seriously. They might have lost their jobs. They might have, you know, rather they got fired, rather they got quit. I mean, rather they quit, rather they got fired. They're having health issues, things like that. People can't pay their bills, you know? It's either be happy that you were able to pay your bills and you was able to knock them out and you ain't got to worry about being behind, or don't pay them at all, because nobody's putting a gun to our head and telling us to pay these freaking bills. So if you feel like you're so tired of paying bills to the point where you just want to you want to make sacrifices and you want to have some money to yourself, do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because the problem is, people allow money to be the control in their lives. Money is controlling you. The dead presidents is controlling you. Let's read the comments. Thank you, Jim. William says making $300K a year now and still striving. Money is a tool. Yeah. That's the thing. That's so true, William. People got to understand that money is a tool. It is a tool. It is used really for your basic necessities. It is used for you to be able to keep a roof over your head if you want to. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest, because I made a live stream on this before as well. The words have to is the problem. Have to is the problem. It's not enough people in this world that don't feel like they have to. The only time a person feel like I don't have to is when they feel like a person is trying to tell them what to do. I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to da 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 da. I don't have to. But it's not enough people in this world that's saying, you know what? I don't have to pay these bills. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to do this, that, and the third with this money if I don't want to. Let me tell y'all something. Money is such a tool, right? Money is replaceable. Money is temporary. Money is all that and above. I got a nickel in my hand right now, right? If I toss it outside, what you think gonna happen? Eventually, somebody might find it and pick it up and put it in their pockets. It was temporary. I have this nickel right now, but guess what? I'm not gonna have this nickel forever. It's not gonna be here forever. And it damn sure ain't coming with me when I leave this earth. It is a tool to use while you alive in the flesh. And I remember once upon a time when people used to collect coins, like pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters, and they put it in a jar. And y'all remember the big old Hinkley Springs gallons and stuff like that, man. I knew family members, they used to collect coins and just throw them in there. It was to the point where over the years, every time I would go over their homes and stuff like that, I was older. So each year, the tank, the gallon would get bigger and bigger and bigger, filled up with coins, you know. And eventually, they finally went to go get some money up out of that. Y'all want to know how much money they had when they did that? Probably about $300. You said my motivation is my daughter. The man I am will not accept my daughter having to work a job. She's 5, if I said that right, and will never have to work. God willing. I'm gonna be honest with you, William. This how you know what I'm saying. We is on the same page because we are raising our child the same exact way. See, one thing I was just talking to my husband about earlier is the fact that we are going to raise our daughter on authenticity. A lot of these children don't even know what that means, you know? And to be quite honest with you, we're going to raise her and keep her out of this matrix that we were once upon a time in before. She ain't about to be in a matrix. She will not be one of their test dummies. And I'm talking about the system. No, she not. She will not be working a job, just like you said. She not working. And see, back in my teenage times, see, back then, a lot of parents used to kick their damn children out the house when they was getting tired of their kids. You know, me personally, I get tired of you. You ain't going nowhere. I'm not going to kick you out the house. But I will teach her independence. I will teach her what it's like to be on her own. And you do not have to leave from living with your parents if you're not ready to, sweetheart. I'm going to make sure me and my husband both, we're teaching her differently from how other 1-year olds and other little toddlers are being taught. They're being taught with iPhones and tablets all day. It nothing but technology in their faces all day long. She will not be working a job. And on some real stuff, we are full-time parents. 100% full-time parents. And for those of y'all that don't understand the real definition of a full-time parent, I'm talking about full-time. No school, no daycare, nothing. No programs, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can feel how y'all want, you know what I mean? Like, this is our decision to keep her out of the matrix because we were trapped in the matrix. We were running in the hamster wheel once upon a time. We were chasing the bag once upon a time. We was chasing out the jobs once upon a time. We was chasing out the friendships and family that didn't give a damn about us once upon a time. She will not be into social media either. Honestly, if you ask me, by the time she get older, social media probably gonna be dead by then. There's probably not gonna be a TikTok, a YouTube, an Instagram, Snapchat. It's probably more than likely not gonna be here. And if it is, I can only imagine that it will have the people exactly like this. Let me show y'all a picture. Let's put up a green screen. Let's put up a green screen, guys. We will not raise our child to the point where she is just like this. Because it's damn sure a lot of freaking zombie bots. Let me pin that for you so people can know to stop playing. Any disrespectful comments will be removed. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. You can have your own opinion just like myself, but please be respectful in the chat, please. You know, anytime I feel like I want to say something to somebody and they might believe that it's disrespectful, I always say stuff like, all due respect. All due respect. I do not want to upset you. I don't want you to get mad. And this is just my personal opinion. That's what I say to make people feel a lot more comfortable when they talking to me. Because 2025, we living in a time where everybody gets offended by every little thing that you say. You say it's a spider crawling on their foot and they ready to kill you. You said kicking obedient children out is not cool, in my opinion. I plan on having a lot of land. They can simply go get a home built. They can simply go get a home. Exactly, William. You feel me? You know? People, let me tell you something. The same people that be like, oh, you broke. You don't have this. You don't have that. What if I invested my money into the correct things, like some land? You wouldn't know. I'm just saying. And I ain't saying that because that's what I did, but even if I did, you still wouldn't know. You know what I mean? Uh Twink, if I said that right, Edit said, all due respect, why did you use AI to get the background? Oh no, this is not, this is the green screen. So they give you the options when you're doing your live streams to put up a green screen. And the only reason why I use this, all due respect, to edits is because I want to show people that is in my live stream exactly what we are living amongst. We are living amongst the zombie bots, okay? People are highly invested into their phones, and everything lies from within your device that is in your hand. They have your wallet, your Google wallet, your Apple wallet, whatever the hell you want to call it, inside of your damn phone. Your doctor's appointments is inside of your phone. When you got to sign your kid in for school, it's in your phone. I mean, they make it to where everything is literally in your phone. So yeah, people are turning into zombie bots. Look behind me. This is, think about it. See, we live in Chicago. And when we go downtown Chicago and we're looking at all of the people, well, or should I say zombie bots? When we're looking at all of the zombie bots, this is all they do. They looking in their phones. They can't even look up because they're really invested in their phones because everything is there. You got games, you got all different types of apps, you got people that you're texting, you name it. The what is AI generated? I mean, I don't know. Like, is it really that serious? This is a picture, once again, that I'm trying to use to show people, okay, I get that what you saying is AI generated, and yeah, I hate AI. I hate technology and all that shit. Trust me. But I am trying to show the people what we are living amongst. Y'all pay attention to your everyday life. When you outside, this is what you see. Tell me you don't. It's cool. Edit. No problem. So when you see people driving, what are they doing? They're in their phone. Actually, they're not even driving, they're in their phones. When you see people at the doctor's office, what are they doing, y'all? They in their phones. When you see people at the library, what are they doing? Some way, somehow, they end up in their phones. The school, that ain't even a question. They're automatically in their phones. When I go inside of these establishments and I have to approach the receptionist desk, what are they doing? In their phones. Do you know what I be wanting to say to them? I just want to say, excuse me, do you realize that you're in your phone? Or do you realize that you need to service the people? Which one? But then I just hold it all in because I'm like, in 2025, you cannot say anything to anybody. Real talk. Because they're going to be ready to fight. They're going to be ready to kill. They're going to be ready for war. But see, that's another thing too. They talk about the wars that's going on and stuff like that with different countries, but the war starts from within. The real war is us. We are the damn wars. Real talk. People always trying to surround shit by circumstances and situations, and it's like, oh, this situation is why I'm like this. No, you're the reason why the situation is that way. Because the situation is temporary. Shout out to my husband. Situations is like Timu, it's like Sheen. You know what I'm saying? It's temporary. Because when you die, once again, those situations that you were once upon a time in, it's over with. When you're dead, you know what I'm saying? The situations ain't coming with you. Unless you was trapped into a certain situation that led to your death. You said most people do not want to invest but are interested in gambling. If anything, people don't. Woo, tell me about it, William. William, I have family members that is, I mean, hell bent on gambling. All they do is gamble. All you do is see them at the casino at least 4 times a week. At least. They love gambling. And you know what's sad? It's people out here that really need help. Like certain family members out here that need help. But instead, you have those certain family members that are actually wealthy enough to help other family members. Instead, they're so selfish that they go and gamble the money away. And before they go to the boat, what are they doing? In their phones. When they laying in the bed at night, what are they doing? In their phones. Michael, you from East St. Louis, Illinois. King James says it is more convenient than just looking around waiting on something. I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. Maybe I missed what you said. Maybe I missed what you said, King James. I don't know what you mean by that. But if you're talking about, my guess is if you're talking about being in your phone is a lot more convenient than waiting around, then we have a problem here. And I'm not sure how old you are. I'm not. But I'm going to be honest with you. Being in your phone way too much will turn you into a damn zombie bot. And what's up, Pauline? I appreciate you too for interacting in the live stream. All the people that's interacting, I appreciate y'all. Whether y'all don't agree with what I'm saying or not, I still appreciate y'all. Because money, honestly, money is a topic that a lot of people should have, but instead, there's content creators that I'm seeing when they do talk about money, they talk about their love for money. And they talk about what they have, and they talk about, how much they're making. And I seen one content creator that had to pull up the amount that he's making, and yeah, me and my wife, we got this and we got that, and da 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 da. And I'm looking like, evidently everybody know exactly what you have at this point, but the real question is, who are you? Who are you if you didn't have no money? And I'm gonna be honest with you now. Some people do feel like they are somebody without money, but they've never had an experience of being broke before. And if you want to ask me, they pretty much was fed with a silver spoon. Real talk. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh, well, the way I was raised, we had to eat noodles and hot dogs for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Sometimes we went without. And, people will make any excuse so that they can surround the love that they have around money. If I said that right. I really didn't, but you get what I mean. People will use any excuse to continue to love money, and they won't give it up. And especially these parents out here too. Hold on. By the way, to all the children out there that are first day back to school, especially in the city of Chicago, y'all be safe out there. To all my parents, make sure your child is safe. Don't expect them to make sure that they're safe. You need to make sure that they're safe. You're the parent. That's your responsibility. Make sure that your child is safe. Because a lot of y'all love when y'all kids walk to school as long as they can get the hell away from you. Let's talk to these parents real quick though. Because, you know what? We're going to get back to that because I honestly lost train of thought. But what William say? I've taught people how to make money. Boy, oh boy, it is very difficult. People are addicted to being consumers and not investors. It was hard to gain momentum with my efforts, which is teaching. Yeah. That is so true. People in their consumptions of money is and you want to know what's crazy? A lot of these parents, they teach their children to go get a 9-to-5 job. Go get a job. You know what I'm saying? When they turn 16, get you a job. Because I'm not going to keep giving you allowance. Go get a job. Why are you pushing your child to work for someone else, to be a slave and work a 9-to-5 instead of investing to the point where your child don't even ever have to worry about working a 9-to-5 because you made sure that you made that investment before they even got to that point of needing to pick up a little job or something, People, and you know what? It's sad. It's sad. It is so sad. And I do want to say this real quick. I feel sorry for, I don't even know how to explain it the correct way, but I feel bad for all the people that did pass away. Rather they, wherever they went, I feel sorry the fact that they even had to pass away and not know that everything that we're living is a damn lie, especially when it comes down to money, because this whole entire world is like a big ass monopoly board. And the system is playing with our asses, and they've been playing with us since before we was even thought of. They played with our parents. They played with our parents' parents. They played with the generations before that. Everybody else will call it their ancestors. But they played and they played and they played. And you want to know something, y'all? When you die, they don't wrap the game up. They keep going. They keep going. They want you to invest all of your time into worrying about money, worrying about how you gonna make it, worrying about how you gonna do this, that, and the third, worrying about And people literally pass away not even knowing this. Unfortunately. I said when I pass away, when I die, when I die, I want to go out knowing that everything that we lived through was a lie, pretty much. The only thing that wasn't a lie, the only thing that wasn't a lie is me living and me giving birth to children. That wasn't a damn lie. I mean, the female body isn't a damn lie. Um, certain things aren't a lie, okay? So let me try to clean that up because I don't want y'all to, oh, she just don't take life serious enough. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Every time I say that, I can only imagine the thoughts that people have. It's like, oh, I get it. Every time she say that, and the reason why she act the way that she act is because simply she does not take life serious, bro. Everything that is tangible, like materialistic things, I don't take it serious. Why the fuck would I? Why would I? But I can honestly say my life is serious. My life is something very serious. My children's lives are serious. That, you know, yeah, she just don't take life serious. That's why she always she talking about money because she just ain't got it. She just, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Wrong. The shit that I don't take serious is politics. I'm going to be 1,000 with you. Because why I say that? They are selected, not elected. No matter what anybody got to say, bro, President Trump was selected. He was not elected. And all the other damn dead presidents, they asses was selected, not elected. Obama, his ass was selected. Selected. Simple as that. And they trick the people and they find ways to bamboozle your ass, and they done bamboozled you since before you was even thought of. And they got you to the point where they making you believe that if you get up in the poll and you choose a president, your vote matters. I mean, this shit is a joke. Y'all got to think about it. It's all a game. It's all a joke. They would never let a president with 34 plus felonies into office. They would never do that. But why did they choose to do it? Because President Trump is who they need and who they are using to set the world up for failure. Because let's be honest, a lot of these racist ass people in these racist ass campaigns and shit, one thing they don't understand is Trump hates everybody. No matter what your race is, he don't give a damn if you're white too, man. His ass hate everybody. If you ain't investing with him into all the wrong things, and I'm talking about financially, if you ain't helping him to invest in bad shit, and if you're not a part of his administration, he doesn't give a damn about you. He don't care. This man wants this whole entire country to revolve around him. And honestly, I feel like his wife is miserable as shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no way that you could sleep with a man like that at night. I can't do it. I wouldn't even be able to, bro. I wouldn't even be able to look at you. Ew. You know, why are you like this? But I mean, she is a total reflection of her husband. So I can imagine how she is as a woman. Real talk. And another question I have is, how are you getting ICE to deport migrants? Ain't your wife, ain't she a migrant? But that's another story. Anywho, Trump, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. His demonic, very evil demonic spirit has a demonic stronghold on this entire country. And majority of them are starting to act just like him. A bunch of self-entitled, rich, spoiled, little ass children, because we don't live amongst adults anymore. A lot of people have become so entitled to the point where they feel like, even low income people, I'm gonna be honest with you, they like, oh, I can't get no food stamps. So you telling me I can't spend my food stamps on snacks? Oh, I've seen those videos. I've seen those videos of those women, black women at that, all unhealthy, obese, black women. And it is a disgrace. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really, really, really embarrassing. The fact that they rely heavily on their EBT cards to get them junk food. And then I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the only thing I can't agree with what he did. Like, yeah, you know, take that away, please. Take that away, because it's a lot of women out here, and men too, that feel like, oh, I'm about to go to the store and I'm about to give me some chips and some snacks and some pops and some. Y'all have relied so heavily on that to the point where once he take it away, now y'all pissed. Now y'all like a bunch of kids. You worse than your kid. Your kid standing in the grocery store watching you flip the hell out because you can't even buy or purchase unhealthy snacks with your EBT card. Yeah, 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 no. I mean, I've really seen the video. This chick was flipping out. She was like, the lady was so patient and understanding. She was ringing up the item. She said, "Oh yeah, this is not covered anymore, unfortunately." The lady was like, "No, no. What do you mean? It has to be some type of." She reminded me of Respucia off of Norbit. Seriously, it was just embarrassing. It has to be some type of situation. And then the child is just sitting there like, I said, "Oh, I feel bad for your kids. They really got to watch you sit there and watch." So I'm going to just read the bottom comment section because I ain't going to keep scrolling up, y'all. Oh, William says, "I think local politics matter. Once I'm that guy in the city, in the city I call home, I will be investing in a local." Okay, so that is true. That is true, William. I want to say that. I do want to say that. Local politics does matter. The only thing is, it is all a full damn circle. And a lot of these politicians in our cities are corrupt as hell. Let's be honest with you. And they are actually low key running behind the Trump administration. See, people, they try to separate the two. You got the dem rats, and Republicans, or whatever you want to call them. But if you ask me, they're all under the same damn umbrella. They're all fucking corrupt. They all do the same shit. Take it from me, William. I'm actually fighting with the system, and I have been fighting with the system for 6.5 years to get my 5 children returned back home. I ain't even gonna go all the way deep into it, but one thing I have realized is it is all a full damn circle. All of the politicians is involved in my city. All of them. They're involved in this human trafficking, child trafficking ring. Seriously. They don't care to help you get your children home. They don't care. It's like a needle in a haystack when you're trying to find a good ass politician inside of your city that's willing to help you. That is one thing that I realized. And when we talking in terms of investment, I definitely would love to invest into some shit here for this city, Chicago, because it is run. And Chicago has been run, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of folks from my city, older folks, they tell me that the only mayor that they all have loved all the way back when was Harold Washington. And he did. How did he die? Geez, I gotta look it up again. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But is that why they call it Harold's Chicken? I just thought about something. Is that why they call it Harold's Chicken? I don't know, man. I don't know. You said, imagine having a first pickings on property that are behind on taxes, or changing the zoning on a particular property with just one call. That's all I mean. And see, we need people like William. We need people like William that is out here investing and building. Real talk. Personally, when we talking about investments, a lot of, let's talk about this real quick. A lot of these rappers, drill rappers, like for instance, you got Lil Durk, Chief Keef, all of the King Von before he passed away. All of these drill rappers that's making a lot of money, that has a solidified income, because evidently they sold their souls. When they leave and they go get them a big nice house somewhere else, far out or whatnot, my question is, why don't y'all invest heavily into the city that you're from, and to the same city that invest into y'all damn music to the point where y'all able to sell this and sell that and this, that, and the third? Y'all talk about y'all hoods and y'all talk about where y'all from, but I don't see, correct me if I'm wrong, but I literally don't see where they invested anything here whatsoever. And I'm tired. You know what? You know what Trump needs to do? You know what he needs to do? He needs, if he want to come into the urban communities and tear up some shit, this is what I need him to understand, bro. The urban communities would understand what you trying to do if you would get rid of these. I'm gonna just be 100 with you. I know a lot of y'all might not like what I'm about to say. You might not agree with me, but I just want to say this. He's coming into urban communities where black folks are, and he is trying to boot our ass up out of our own communities. But this is the thing I need him to do. I need your ass to go into the urban communities and get all these damn hoodlums that's standing out here on the corner talking about this they block. Because let's be 100. A lot of these big cities and these urban communities across America is highly influenced from the negativity here in Chicago. Chicago is the start of drill rap music. Chicago is the start of a lot of these gang and street wars and stuff like that that's going on. Chicago has a very high crime rate, but so does a lot of the other different cities. And if you ask me, I just really feel like get all these little ninjas that's hanging inside these damn stores or hanging on the corners, and any of these niggas that you see online sitting up here posting and waving their guns and stuff like that, that's from Chicago. If you ask me, these drill rappers as well. And I'm not talking about just lock them up and throw away the key. Make their asses fight for your country. Make them fight. And make them stay there until they make a change within themselves. Since they want to go looking for the ops and they want to go shoot this person down and shoot that person down and all this damn senseless ass gun violence and stuff like that that's happening out here. All these little young hood ninjas that's getting in front of the camera talking about, yeah, don't even understand a word that you saying, bro. What are you talking about? Get their asses and take them over there so they can fight for this damn country. How about that? How about that? And y'all can give them guns too. Give them some shit they ain't never had before and see how they handle it. Since they want to hold on to guns and wave them all in the cameras and put the money up to their ear. Meanwhile, they're still living with their grandparents in their basement. From my experience, back in the past, I used to date a lot of hoodlums, and when we talking about money, yes, they did used to have a lot of money, but guess what? They was still bums. They still was bums. They still was dusty as hell. They still, didn't care to take care of their damn hygiene. They was putting on fresh clothes, Gucci, okay? Fresh clothes, dusty as hell. Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. 2 YNs I used to date like that. But see, my ass was messed up in the head too for even doing it. So, but they They hold big ass wads of cash up to their ear, like a phone, and they showing it on camera and doing all this, but I don't understand. You still living in the hood. You still taking Ubers. You still taking Lyfts. I don't get it. Where's the money going then? Oh, it's for a show. It's for a show. It is for the internet, of course. You said, I agree, wife. Will mindset is very helpful to our community. More folks like this can make a big difference. Seriously though, it's literally nobody. I'm talking about. I am sweating so hard right now because it's hot in here, but I don't care. It is literally nobody that has. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's very bare minimum people that is still thinking about investment, and I don't really see many black people doing this shit. Honestly, I see a lot of smart, intelligent folks, that are investing their money into farms and farming and stuff like that. But I really feel like there's somebody out here that needs to invest in something for the homeless. Please, y'all, please, whatever you do. Anybody out there that got a lot of money that's talking about investments, I'm not sure if you've been talking about it yet, William, but it is the homeless. The homeless, because I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people not paying attention to this. What Trump is doing is he is about to oppress everybody. And it don't matter the culture. It don't matter. I'm seeing white people struggling too right now. All different types of cultures is struggling right now. A lot of people is opting to either be homeless because they can't afford to pay their rent anymore. They can't afford to pay their bills. They just tired of chasing after shit that they know that they feel like they will never be able to hold on to. So they just opting out and they just rather be homeless. But then you got people that didn't choose to be homeless that had no choice but to be homeless because they no longer could afford anything. I just feel like, in terms of investment, let's invest. And I'm not talking about, let's invest into some food. That's cool too, though. That's cool too. But let's be honest, though, where is people going to be sleeping at? Because to my understanding, what they asses is doing is they packing up the homeless people that don't have no choice but to sleep on the damn streets because there's no freaking shelters open. And the shelters that is open be petty, y'all. They will kick your ass out for any little thing. Take it from me. I have been in a shelter multiple times in my life. And trust and believe, it ain't fun. It's actually like you're in prison, to be honest. It's like you're in prison. And it ain't just, it's because you ain't want to do your chores. It's because you wasn't, they got a curfew. I know all of that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I will not be treated like some sort of freaking slave. And I will not be treated like I'm nothing. I will not be treated like a little animal. You will not feed me slop. Because y'all, a lot of people don't understand that these shelters, I have talked about non-for-profit organizations in a few of my other live streams before, and I just want to say this. A lot of these shelters are not what y'all think they are. People be like, go to a shelter. If you're homeless, just go to a shelter. It's not that easy. It is not that easy. The reason why you see a lot of people sleeping out here on the streets is because simply they cannot get into a shelter or they just don't qualify to get into a shelter. Because either A, there's not enough beds and stuff left, or B, they just don't qualify. There's certain requirements. And then these shelters, they want to take your EBT card. A lot of homeless people live off of their EBT cards because that's all they got left. At this point is to be able to get some food and stuff like that. They take that from you once you get into a shelter. And I'm not going to say all shelters do this, but the majority of the ones that I've been to, they will take your link card when that's all you got left. And they're spending the money off of your link card and using it for their refrigerator. And then they're giving you limited access to the things that they buy with your link card. And then they treat you like shit. And they will find any reason there is. I wish I could screenshot this one shelter, y'all, and put it up on a green screen. Damn, what is the name of that shelter? Uh, it's it's on the north side. Well, one of them is Sarah Circle on the north side of Chicago. If you a woman, don't go there. Don't go there. They will make your ass stay outside all day long. They lie to you and they make it seem like, oh, we're going to help with jobs. We help you with housing. We give you food. Y'all don't even know how many times I went without inside of that specific shelter because they had no food left. And yes, I hurried up and I ran in line to get the damn food, but they pick and choose who they want to give food to. They treat you like you're nothing. It's a bunch of drug addicts that was in there and stuff like that was sleeping next to needles and all type of shit. And the staff knew that, but they didn't give a damn. By the way, you have to stay gone all day and you cannot lay down. They will not let you upstairs to lay down until it is bedtime. And bedtime is between 8 and 8:30 p.m. That's the only time you can come back. But that's not how they present the shelter. They say you can stay there all day. They don't, they put on a facade. And that other shelter, that one that pretty much kicked me out when I was pregnant, oh yeah, I'm gonna put y'all up on a green screen so I can let everybody know what type of work you're doing, ma'am. You know, because it's an older white lady and she got a nasty ass dog and she runs the shelter, and it's called Mary something, I forgot. But she acts so holier than thou. She acts like she's all for it. Oh, I'm for the children. I am for the pregnant women. And I'm here. You can trust me. Oh, when I tell you that is the devil's child. That is the devil's child. As soon as you get up in there, that lady is hell. And she's extremely, extremely biased. She has her picks and chooses, and she discriminates heavily against women that has disabilities, number one, or number two, if you're pregnant and you're kind of disabled during your pregnancy because you're having a hard time with pregnancy and stuff like that. And she knows that you have restrictions. Like, for instance, with myself, in one of my pregnancies, I had restrictions, okay? I was on bed restriction. I had health issues in that pregnancy, and she knew that. I had brought the paperwork and everything. She told me if I don't get up and do the dishes like their little slave, she will kick me out. She made it to where I was walking on eggshells and stuff like that, inside of her shelter. So I just want to say, like, these shelters is not what y'all think it is. This is exactly why a lot of homeless people be sleeping on the streets. Real talk. Some of them choose not to go to a shelter. And I hate people that judge them for that. Oh, well, you don't want no help then. No, the shelters don't want to help then. The shelters don't want to help. Because if you got to think about it. If a homeless person would rather sleep on the streets and inside of a tent or underneath a viaduct instead of going to a shelter, something is wrong. Something is wrong. And take it from me, I have dealt with non-for-profit organizations since the age of 19. And here I am in my mid-30s. And I'm telling you, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm serious. What the fuck do I have to gain to lie for? Like, real shit. Okay, so let's read the comments. You said we need something that sustains itself. No outside assistance required. What's up, Jory? Didn't see you there. You said, remember the homeless guy who denied money because it was the root of all evil. He had a hell of a reason to. It actually made sense. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. If a homeless person would rather not have money, what the hell do that tell you? I'm going to be honest with y'all. We have had conversations with homeless people, and a lot of them actually got sense. See, the system, the Trump's administration looks at homeless people like they're freaking trash. So they pretty much taking out the trash at this point, y'all. They wrapping them up and they sending them somewhere else. And if you ask me, I don't know where the hell they sending them to. FEMA camps? Who knows? But it's wrong. They not helping them, y'all. Let me slow down. Do not sit here and think that this evil, wicked ass Trump administration that hates everybody, doesn't matter the damn culture, they really are targeting black folks, like strongly targeting black folks for sure. But it's sad how they're targeting the homeless. Like, leave their asses alone, bro. Leave them alone. They already going through enough. So you about to wrap them up and because they sleeping on the streets of your land? Let's be honest. Trump wants to help take back what they believe is theirs, which is America. Mark my words, I feel like America is going to turn into it's going to get real chaotic though, first. Because obviously, that's what they need. They need to get it chaotic first. It's going to get chaotic before it turns into an extremely rich ass country that is not for anybody that ain't making the money that Trump making. This country is about to be for straight up millionaires. But Trump gonna have his day though. His day coming. He walking around here and he's all high and mighty now. What's up, Sonia? Who looking up somebody? you you said people who don't have to experience homelessness will never understand. They won't. They won't ever understand. But I try to get my take on homelessness because I have so many different situations that has happened in my life when I was homeless, y'all, and I'm talking about it. Yeah, I had chose to live in a car. I chose to live in the damn car. By the way, it was one homeless shelter in my time to living in the car that did accept me. That did have a bed for me. And when I went, I left. And I said, I can't do this shit. I would rather sleep in my car. I would rather. Now I see exactly why the homeless people sleep on the damn streets, bro. I used to always sit there and wonder, like, why would y'all choose to sleep on the streets when there's hella, like, shelters and stuff? I see exactly why. I've had my run-ins with these damn shelters and shit. Safe Haven on the west side of Chicago. Let's talk about it. They claim to help. They claim to help the people, the women with children as well. They claim to help women. They claim to help men. But all they want to do is turn you into their personal slaves. And then they want your ass. They want to treat you like you're in prison. When I tell you, it was so dangerous being in that specific shelter because they had the children. We all had to have lunch together in this small ass cafeteria. And guess what? It was a bunch of felons, convicts, serial RAPIST. Yeah, it was a lot of them in the same exact cafeteria with children running around. They didn't separate us away from each other. They made sure that we had, dinner and lunch and breakfast together. They made sure that we had programs together. Why the hell do we have to sit around a bunch of freaking... And then what's crazy? And you can't judge nobody for, the crimes that they committed and stuff like that, because people do change overnight. People do change. But these people was not changed people. The men that they had us around were extremely creepy. They weren't changed people. They still indulge in the same behaviors. I'm watching them sell all type of drugs behind the building and everything, and they just got out of prison. These are men that had served more than 10 years in the prison. And that shelter ain't care about, all they cared about is if you ain't abide by what they want you to abide by. It's not so necessarily like I did everything that they asked me to do. You know what I'm saying? I participate in the programs. I clean up, and it ain't my fault that I clean up and y'all still got roaches and rats in here, even though it look clean. I mean, that's another thing. Who the hell want to sleep inside of a damn shelter and rats is trying to crawl in your damn bed and roaches and shit? Then you got a disgusting ass roommate They just want to fight with you and argue with you about everything. I don't have time for this mental institution because this ain't no shelter. This is a mental facility, or it is simply a prison. Yeah. So, I mean, these shelters don't help. Okay. Why a lot of homeless people opt in, it does. It is jail, William. It is jail. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you go to shelters outside of Chicago or the state of Illinois, sometimes some of the ones that I've been to was really good. I'm not gonna lie. I've been to one in Wisconsin, like far up in Wisconsin, close to Minnesota. I've been there before. It was really good shelter, and it didn't even look like a shelter. It didn't feel like it because it was like a huge house, and it had like 5 or 6 bedrooms. And the families, they stayed to themselves. Everybody would come and go. Like, we had a curfew, of course. They was very helpful out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Certain circumstances that happened was the reason why I can't stay out there. But Iowa was another one. Iowa, I'm not gonna lie to you, they don't have all of the best shelters, but one of them they had good shelters. One of the cities in Iowa had a good shelter and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna knock the good shelters that is out here, but the majority of them is bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's like being in prison. I mean, it's like, deciding to just say, you know what, I would just rather get locked up and be in a cell, and they can let me out when it's free time and let me, be able to eat and stuff like that. The only difference is you can come and go as you please up until it is time for your ass to really be inside of there, you know. So don't let these non-for-profit organizations fill your head up with lies. The majority of these non-for-profit organizations do not help folks. They don't help people. And a lot of these people that work in these non-for-profit organizations, they're actually zombie bots. They are the zombie bots that's standing behind me in their phones. Seriously. But let's take this green screen off real quick. There we go. I've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 28 minutes running my damn mouth. But guess what? Guess what? Hopefully, some of y'all picked up exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Money. Money makes the world go round. But the real thing is, your life is a lot more valuable. Money ain't. Money is temporary. When you go outside, you might see a few pennies on the ground because people they feel like pennies ain't nothing. Pennies ain't. Michael says Kansas City has a shelter that will help you find work. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got some good shelters out here that's willing to help. Um, they will help you. Some of them will help you. Another thing is a lot of these shelters, they have a long wait list. And even though they know that you need assistance immediately, they tell you, oh, we got a wait list. So we'll have to put you down, and we go according to who's next on the list. Okay, but I need help ASAP. I need help now. Oh, well, yeah, we can't do it that way. So we'll put you down on the list as if that's supposed to fucking help a person get out of homelessness. Like, come on now. You can't tell me that you're helping. And, Trump and his evil, wicked administration, all they want to do is sit here and strip black folks of their rights, which, if you ask me, we ain't never really had rights anyway like that, because, I mean, these laws and stuff like that was not created for our kind. It wasn't. That's why some of these people was able to get away with the things that they do to us, because we're looked at as a piece of trash, to them. So, I mean, I'm seeing a viral video of the chick in DC that was an activist that was advocating for the children out there in DC, and they pepper sprayed her and they beat her up and sent her to jail, and she got released and shit like that. And I just want to say, and I'm sure she knows this, sweetheart, keep your head on the swivel. Because if they catch you by yourself doing anything, grocery shopping, I mean, she needs to have somebody with her at all times. Seriously. Not sure if she believes in God, I'm not sure about that. I don't know this lady. But when you got God, it ain't nothing to worry about. But when you ain't got God, sweetheart, you in a lot of trouble. And that goes for anybody. When you don't have God in your life, you are in a lot of trouble. Passing $100 on the ground may be wise as well. Could be lace. People wicked out here. Exactly. I remember a long time ago when it was me and my brother and my mom and my stepfather, RIP to my stepfather. We was leaving church, and me and my brother, we were so upset that we had to go home and eat sandwiches and stuff like that. We didn't want that for lunch and stuff like that after church was over with. We wanted some real food. What we seen as real food as kids was McDonald's and, Kentucky Harold's Chicken, McDonald's, all this just unhealthy crap. So my brother looked down on the ground and he found $40 in cash on the ground in the parking lot when we left church. And he whispered to me, and he was like, "Look, I got $40. We can use this." I said, "You better not let mama catch you." So she said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Nothing." My little sneaky butt, I told my brother, I don't know if y'all ever watch Everybody Hates Chris, but I was like the sister in Everybody Hates Chris. I was Tanya, real talk. Because I told him, I said, "Now if you give me a few dollars, I won't say nothing." He was like, "No, this is my money." I said, "Okay." Told mama, and I said, "Mama," he found $40 on the ground in the church parking lot. She immediately snatched it out of his hand. He was pissed. She was like, "Oh, okay, I can use this for blah, 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 blah. Matter of fact, I can get y'all a Happy Meal." A Happy Meal? But anyway, yeah. It was a lot of negativity that day that came behind finding money on the ground. See, people got to understand this too. It ain't even just the dead presidents and the spirits from the dead presidents that is within the money. It is the fact that the money is being passed around. Have you ever thought to yourself, how many people had this penny? Have you ever thought to yourself that, do y'all not know this penny says, let me look at it. Let's look at the date. The year. Bro, this penny says 1979. It is 2005. Forgive me, 2025. I said 2005. If it was 2005, y'all, my asses would be 11 years old again. But it is 2025, right? This penny was created in 1979. Can you imagine how many fingers and hands this penny has touched since 1979 and it's 2025? We got to think about stuff like that. It's a lot of evil spirits that hold on to this money, that touches this money. A lot of y'all probably be wandering around y'all house, walking around y'all house wondering, why the hell you so mad? Why you so damn negative? Check your bank account and see how much money you got. See how much money you got. You might have $0. You might have $1,500 just sitting there. But where did the money come from, though? Where did the money come from? A deposit from your job, from you working and stuff like that? Because let's be 100, the person that's depositing the money into your account, some of them people be negative as hell. It's a lot of evil spirits that is tied to the money, and people wonder, why am I like this? Why do I feel like this today? I mean, you're holding on to a lot of evil. And on top of that, not even just that, but the things that you are in possession of within your home is possessed by other people. It has evil spirits all over it. Stuff that you buy from the store, you might be like, oh, this is a nice vase. Wow. This is worth 500. Okay, I think I might buy this today. Okay. So then you put it up there for it to get wrung out, and the person is wringing it out got an attitude, you know. You don't even know who made the vase, where the vase came from, but you just know that ever since you put that damn vase in your house, you just been pissed off all day. You just been mad, you negative. Like, people don't even realize that it's a lot of things, a lot of the things, materialistic items that is in our homes and stuff like that, it got evil spirits all on it. This is exactly why we need to be praying over these items and stuff like that when we take it. I'm gonna ignore you, Marcus. You said I put my money to work, can't stand an idle dollar. I keep a little for whatever, but not much on. William, man. William. You got a lot of wisdom when it comes down to money, for real. A lot of people do not have your mentality at all. They just, I mean, they don't think how you think with money. They don't. Seriously. You know, for example, I remember one time me and my husband, this is like when we was still in the Matrix, honestly. We was like, I'm gonna just say we had a decent amount of money, okay? Now every time we looked up, we had to get something or we had to spend it. By the time we look up again, it was getting lower and lower. So I'm just like, damn, man. Like, man, I hate this. Then I said it, I thought about it, I said, well, I mean, at least I was able to get this and I was able to get that and I was able to, pay some bills, and you was able to do this and you was able to do that, and at least we got this fixed, and at least we realize that when you hold on to the money, it's like it's more negativity that comes with holding on to money than anything. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Because when it's gone away from you, you have to figure out at that point who are you about to be. Being that you broke now and you ain't got nothing, who the hell are you gonna be? Are you gonna keep thinking about money? Is that gonna keep being on your mind every single day, all day? Or are you just gonna be you? It took us a while. It took us a while to figure that out. And we figured out that it is best not, it's really better when you don't have it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's better when you don't have it because you grow to learn yourself without it. But when you have possession of it, it's like sometimes you lose yourself through that shit. And a lot of people don't even understand that, yes, you will lose yourself through it if you don't have an opportunity and a chance to know yourself without it. And a lot of y'all, once upon a time, was yourself when you didn't have it. That's the thing with these content creators too. A lot of them, once upon a time, was themselves when they didn't have no money. But now, they don't even know who the fuck they are. They don't even realize that they have transitioned into something else. People are possessed by the dead presidents. I know you lying. You lying. Wow. That's crazy. I appreciate y'all then. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I didn't know. Cause hey, I was at 38 for a minute. But I appreciate y'all for hitting the subscribe button and subscribing stuff like that. You know, I really don't. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, and I really like to give feedback on what happened to me back then, so people won't sit here and be like, "Oh well, she keep talking about this, that, and the third. What about her? What about her? What about how she used to be when she was okay? All right, you got it. Ain't no shame in my game. That's what a lot of people need to understand. Yes, I was broke as hell. Yes, I was homeless. Yes, I am fighting DCFS. Thank God we have one of our children that was saved away from the damn evil, wicked ass system. You know, we still pray for our other children that's in the system every single day. Yes, I'm fighting the system. Yes, I fought the criminal justice system. And I got justice when I kept fighting, you know. People sit here and they try to identify you in a way that they think that you are just based off of how you talk, what you say. You know, they pick out certain things that you say in these conversations that you have on your YouTube channel. They try to identify you and who you are. Like, for instance, I'm gonna be honest with you, the system. All they do is watch my channel. All they do is watch me. Trust me. They have told me that they be watching me. Okay? And they have their little, opinions about what I speak about. Because it is being told to me. Do I care about their opinions? No. Because I am who I am, regardless if you like it or not. I am who I am. I know who I am. And a lot of them that be watching me, they really don't know who they are. They still stuck in the same mindset that they've been stuck in when they sold their soul to work in the system. You can't tell me that you're doing God's work when you are continuously being exactly like Trump and his administration and keeping families separated. You can't tell me you're doing God's work like that, you know? But at the end of the day, God allows certain things to happen in our lives, and I can't knock that. So, I mean, sometimes people they create adversity for you. And I said this before because real talk is true. Sometimes people hate to see you happy and positive despite what you're going through. So they try to create more adversity for you. They try to create these little different obstacles and stuff like that to put you through for no apparent reason. Not even realizing the lives that they are actually ruining is their own. Because when you have when you wake up with ill intent, trust and believe it will come back to hunt you. You know? In other words, you reap what you sow. And a lot of people out here, they feel like, oh yeah, I could do this person like that. They ain't gonna do nothing to me. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. They ain't gonna do nothing. Well, you got a point there. You right. I ain't gonna do shit. Do me how you want to do me. And that goes for all these non-for-profit organizations. That goes for the system that is watching my channel. That goes for the people that, wants to identify me based off of what I talk about. So-called fake-ass supporters and stuff like that that say that they're supporting me, but they're really not. Because trust and believe me, I had some fake-ass supporters in here, that showed their true colors before too. That's the thing I don't understand, but I appreciate y'all for that. So, I mean, this goes for all of those people. Treat me how you want to treat me. Yeah, do that. But I do want to warn you that your time is coming. Your time will come. That's why I walk with my head held high through everything that I go through every day. Even when I go visit my children and I still see how people are trying to create adversity through my visitations with my children, still trying to make a bad name for me no matter what, like still, throwing dirt on my name and saying I said this and I did this and I did that even though I didn't. People will lie. See, that's another thing too, y'all. When people hate you and they don't like you because they heard so much about you, or they just have their little own opinions about you, and they don't even care to know who you are. They just know that they fucking hate you. They will create problems for you. They will lie on you. People lie. They do. And unfortunately, it be grown ass adults. And you wouldn't even believe me when I tell you the majority of these people are old people. Old. They're old. And they have these different opinions about me, and that's perfectly fine. I want to create adversity for me and my family, and create these different obstacles and make us jump through these different loops and holes and shit like that, and try to make it seem like we're not doing what we're supposed to do. It's a damn lie from the pits of hell. And I'm gonna be honest with you, God sees everything. He knows exactly what's going on. So I continue to walk with my head held high, because I know eventually justice will come. Whether y'all like it or not, justice will happen. Okay? That's all I want to say. And I know that I walk with God on my side. So I know that I'm going to go through different obstacles in my life. I know that. I went through homelessness for 2.5 years and I got through it. And I'm going to be honest with you, like I said, there is no need for us to be afraid. There is no need for us to be in fear. These are biblical times that we are living in. It is no such thing as being in fear of a situation or of a person, and of a person with high authority that feels like I can do whatever I want. I am a judge, or I am a police officer, or I am a state's attorney. Like, seriously. I mean, of course, you want to abuse your power, but how's that going to work out for you in the long run? So I just let things happen, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't just sit back and allow things to happen. Yes, I do put up a fight, and I'm not talking about physically. I do put up a fight, because if it's worth it, I will fight. But sometimes though, y'all, we just be having to let shit be, because it's only so much that you can do. It's only so much control that you can have over a situation. People are evil. People have evil, ill intent. People are racist. And if you ask me, I feel like racism is a mental illness. It is. Racism is a mental illness, because I don't dislike other cultures. You were born that way. What the fuck? Like, why would I dislike you just because you're Arabian? Make it make sense. Why would I dislike you just because you're Japanese? You are who you are because you was created, and that has nothing to do with me. I didn't lay in a bed with the people that created you and say, oh no, wait, no, don't do it, please don't do it, because he's gonna come out Japanese. Like, what the hell do that got to do with me? I feel like racist people, when you want to dive deep into racism, it is such a mental illness. It's to the point where it's like, why are you worried about the way that I was created? Like, that's weird to me. Because are you worried about how my parents made me? How they created me? And then on top of that, it's jealousy. People are racist towards other people because they want to be you. Okay? What's up, Empress? Thank you. Okay. We got a few more minutes, probably like 10 more minutes, then we're gonna be done. I was trying to get to the 2 hour mark. Really, I wasn't, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was really gonna be on here probably for like 45 minutes, but hey, sometimes when we be talking, we don't even be knowing how long we really talking. And Like somebody said in the beginning of the last stream, you just talking just to be talking. Y'all are so funny because you want to know what's crazy? Y'all don't think that I know some of, I be knowing what some people be thinking. I don't even know how to explain it because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm this damn psychic or this prophet or just whatever. But I mean, when you know the ways of the world and things like that, and let's put the green screen back up so everybody can understand exactly where I'm coming from. Because when you begin to learn the ways of the world, you begin to realize that everybody thinks exactly. You begin to think that everybody thinks just alike. They all think alike. They all believe that I'm just talking just to be talking. You know, I had somebody say, "Oh, I'm not gonna take any advice from a YouTube streamer." They said it to my husband. Same person. They called him broke. I'm not gonna take any advice from a YouTube streamer. And I'm looking like, well, honestly, that's the problem with your life. Like, you don't take your life serious enough if you sitting up here talking about you ain't gonna take advice from a YouTube streamer. See, that's the thing. People believe that myself and my husband revolve our lives heavily around YouTube and doing live streams just because we hop on here and we do what we do. You know, now our lives is revolved around social media now, you know. Especially when it's pertaining to something that people don't want to hear. They believe that you just talking just to be talking. See, that's the thing. When you talking that talk, a lot of the demons start exposing themselves. They can't hold back. They can't hold back. They say shit like, "Oh, you just broke. That's why you talking about not having money. You just broke and you wish that you had some money and you living in a small ass low income apartment." I mean, even if I was living in a small ass low income apartment, so if I was living in a one bedroom, and so what? What if I was living in a one bedroom with 15 children? And so what? I'm making it work. I'm making it work. That's what a lot of people don't like to do though. They like to talk about you because they wouldn't even know how to make it work if it was time for them to make it work. That's why they continue to talk down on you and they say what you don't have because what you don't have, it doesn't look appealing to them in their eyes, you know. "Oh, you don't have no BMW, so you're broke." Y'all know what's crazy? I remember when I used to live in a low income and stuff like that with a friend of mine's. This was like all the way back when, and her complex. Well, it was a townhome that she was living in, so she had a bunch of other townhomes that was next to her that was low income. Mind you, y'all talk about low income and stuff like that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Chicago is definitely starting to upgrade low income in a way that it looks, and it looks amazing. I mean, stainless steel appliances, it just looks really nice, you know, to be low income. Anyway, the inside of her home was really nice to be low income. Seriously. So anyway, you got people pulling up with BMW trucks, Mercedes, they going in their homes look disgusting. It looks very disgusting. Um, a lot of people do take advantage of low income, having low income, and they get so comfortable with it to the point where they don't never want to leave it. They start buying these nice vehicles and stuff while living in low income and things like that. And then you know what's so sickening? What's so sickening? When me and my friend, the one that I was living with, we were sitting out on the porch. And we was just talking. Hot summer day, her children out there playing in the water and stuff like that. We just sit on the porch. Her next door neighbors is the ones that I'm talking about with the nice BMW truck. And they were looking down on us, you know, looking at, she coming in the house with not When I tell you this chick was coming in the house with Victoria's Secret, Ashley Stewart, um, all type of like name brand stuff. And I don't, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you decide to buy some name brand shit, that's on you. Do whatever the hell you want to do. But don't look down on me. Don't look down on me and you sitting up here living in. That just goes to show you the people that decide to take advantage. Now, before we judge, some people, they get blessed with nice vehicles. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, let's give a little scenario so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Say for instance, there's a person living in low income. They don't have a vehicle or anything like that. They don't really have money and stuff like that. They don't have a job yet. They've been looking job hunting and stuff like that. What if it's someone out there that's willing to give them a car, and a car that they happen to give them has W? Damn, I cut out. It happens to be a BMW or a Mercedes Benz. Okay, so we can't judge everybody. People might have gotten things that was handed down to them. Okay, just because you see a homeless person sleeping outside with some damn Jordans on, don't mean that they decided to just go and buy Jordans. Okay, we have to look at things from a different angle now. That's the problem with society. They always fucking assuming. Before I even said anything to my friend, when that lady started looking at me like that, I didn't judge her. I didn't say, "Oh, she's driving a BMW truck and she's living in low income." I didn't judge her because I'm like, that probably was passed down to her. Somebody probably gave her that car, you know? But then when she would come home with these items and stuff like that from name brand stores, and she was just looking at us like, oh my God, look at them like, chick, you mentally ill when you doing something like that because we stay right next door to you. You're low income as well. The hell? All of these is low income. All of them. You know? But I just want to say, like, people judge other people and they assume too much. That's the problem. People assume way too much. You don't know how people are living. Like, for a person to be like, "Oh, y'all living in that apartment. You never been to my house. Nobody even knows where I live." Okay? As far as I'm concerned, nobody knows where the fuck I live. Don't nobody know my address except the damn system. Them the only people that knows. Um, Nobody knows where the fuck I live. The only people that knows exactly where I live is my neighbors. And if they happen to see me on YouTube, they're the only ones that can display my address to the whole fucking world. But I just want to say, like, you don't know how I'm living. You don't know how many freaking bedrooms I have. You don't know if I live in a house or an apartment. But I just want to say, even if I did have a one bedroom or a studio apartment, there is no shame in my game. At least I'm able to make it work. And like I said, people are afraid of that. They're afraid to make it work. They're afraid to make it happen. They're afraid to even have to struggle. That's why they look down on people that is struggling or that ever had to struggle, because they really despise you for being able to gain any type of wisdom off of being off of having to struggle. They feel like they can identify you and talk down. A lot of people open up their mouths to talk down on you because they would never. That's why. People that say shit like, "I would never." Of course you wouldn't. Because who are you without even having to go through something like that? People got to understand, like, how can I say it? My financial struggles and what I have went through mentally, everything that I've been through in my life helped me to identify who I was behind all of that. But when I'm fed with a damn silver spoon, and when everything is given to me, and when I keep chasing after something, then I'm never going to have time to figure out who I am. I'm never gonna have time to sit down. Look at the people that's behind me deep into their phones and stuff like that. People are really like this. And they never have time to stop and think and say, all right, let me just sit down and think. No, they don't. Because just as well as the world continues to go around, their life will never, they will never stop and sit down and think ever. They just keep working. They keep chasing the bag. They keep going places. They keep going to stores. They can't sit down. And even when you have time to sit down, what's the first thing that you do? You grab your phone. Can't make this up. When you have time to sit down, the first thing that you do is you grab your phone, or you turn on your TV, or you open up your laptop. You know, and now you can't stay away from it. You can't stay out of it. I've had a lot of time to sit down and think. I've had a lot of time to sit down and analyze the things that I've went through, because guess what? It actually helped me. Y'all, this is crazy, y'all. YouTube is so wrong for this. I didn't see all these comments. Wow. They wrong for this. They froze my comment section, y'all, so I apologize. I'm sweating. Uh, right. If it works, it works. I'm reading William's comment. Yes, William, the people who have exploited welfare have ruined it for those who need it. Yes, man. You feel me? I don't need nobody to know where. I'm telling y'all, my own family don't even know where I live at. Own family. I'm not lying to y'all. They don't know my business. They don't, it's not their concern. It's not their business. You want to know why it's not their business? And before the people that's ready to judge and say, oh, she cut her family off. No, they deserve to be cut off. If you really want to ask me. Because just, I'm tired of the brainwashed ass, typical ass, blood is thicker than water. Oh, really? Well, tell me, why is it that when I meet a complete stranger, they're willing to help me and my own family can't? Make it make sense. My family wasn't there for me when I was homeless for 2.5 damn years. My family wasn't there for me when my kids got put in a damn system and I had to call on them to help me and shit. Nobody wanted to pitch in and help. And I don't care who knows it. I don't care. No shame in my game. Because guess what? The whole system knows it. The whole system knows it. But do I have respect for my family? Yes, I do. I still respect y'all. I know some of them be watching my channel and shit like that. But at the end of the day, just because I have respect for you, it doesn't mean that I have to speak with you. Let me tell y'all something. I have grown to realize that sometimes you gotta cut people off and let them be, especially when they have toxic ass behavior. Real talk. Family members, ex-boyfriends, friends, and things like that, whatever the hell you want to call it. You gotta cut people off and let them be. You cannot keep them in your circle. A lot of people are just around for a damn season. And majority of the times that they're around, either you gonna learn from the shit that they didn't put you through, or you're gonna learn about people based off of how they are as a person. So when you gotta deal with a toxic ass person, when you finally cut them off, you're gonna be fed up with allowing toxic people into your life. Real talk. And I'm not about to deal with a bunch of people that couldn't be there for me when I was down and out. You know? Just as simple as that. And then even through my journey, like, I'm not about to continue to talk to people that still wasn't contacting me through my journey. I'm not about to talk to a bunch of people that I've continuously reached out to at a point in time when I needed their help and I was told no. I was told no. I was criticized. You know? I was talked about like a dog. And that's cool. That's all fan. That's all fine. That's cool. Um, the thing is, it helped me to learn about people though, and how people actually are. When I went through being homeless, I learned about people. I learned about money. I learned about my circumstances, and I learned that things happen for a reason. People come around for a season. A lot of old friendships and stuff like that, they're strangers now. Because guess what? They were strangers when I met them. The only difference is we became friends and I knew you for a season. And then when a damn friendship was over, you became a damn stranger again. You're a nobody to me, but you were somebody at first. If blood is thicker than water, then how come a stranger will call and check on you? And when I say a stranger, I mean that. Because, like I said, so called friends and stuff like that, they're around for a season and they're still strangers. When you done talking to them, they strangers. But how come a complete stranger would rather check on you and see how you doing and make sure you okay and your own family can't even do that? So stop saying blood is thicker than water because it's not. It's not. We are living in the end times. You know, it didn't get to the point where siblings dislike each other. Siblings, though. And I'm talking about grown ass adult siblings. You know, people fighting with their brothers and sisters and stuff like that. A lot of family dysfunctionalness is going on. But I'm here to tell you today that me and my husband is breaking the curse of family dysfunction. We are breaking generational curses because yes, we both were raised into, you know, a lot of dysfunction. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, a lot of people knows that in the black community, the black culture, there is a lot of dysfunction within the families. It is. But we have to break those curses, and the only way to break it is if you catch on to exactly what it is that you see as a repeat cycle within a family. And we talking about negative things. Right. Right. You end up being the one that they need. Trust me when I tell you. The same exact people that told me no when I really, really needed them, they called on me for help. And I'm a really kind hearted person. Did I feel bad for them? Yes, I did. Did I say, oh hell no, I'm not helping you because you ain't helped me? No. You know what I did? I still went to go and help. And I allowed them to expose themselves to me through me helping them. Real talk. This specific family member became disabled out of nowhere and was just calling on me because they said that nobody else wanted to help them. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I can help you. Like, I still have compassion, y'all. And we got to understand something. The times that we living in, a lot of people lack that. They don't have compassion anymore. They don't feel sorry for people, you know. And honestly, we're not supposed to be like that towards the ones that did us wrong. We're not supposed to really be like that towards our enemies. We still supposed to love our enemies still. So I'm still willing to help people because me being helpful, that is just me. I'm a helpful person. But no one or nobody is going to run over me. And if I feel something in my spirit as to where I just can't do it, I'm just not going to do it. Simple as that. I'm not a yes man either. I'm not just going to say, oh, yes, without thinking. No, I think first, you know? And when I went to go and help this person, they exposed themselves immediately. Like, I want to say within 2 weeks. It was to the point where they told me they don't want me to help them anymore and they'll find somebody else out of nowhere for no apparent reason. You want to know why? Because demons, they do not like the light that lives within you. They don't. Demons hate help, actually. They hate advice. They hate help. They hate, but they'll call on you when they need you, though. See, the thing is too with a lot of these demons, they really call on you because they want you to come to their side. They want to invite you on in over to their side. And it's like, oh, Danny, I need you. They will literally appear like an angelic type of person. They're trying to talk nice to you and everything. Yes, yeah, I need your help. I need your assistance. If you can, they talk with a soft voice. And then once they get you there, they turn into a full blown demon. Now they cussing at you. Now they yelling at you for no apparent reason. And it's like as soon as you put your foot down, they turn into full blooded narcissists. Wait, hold on, you treating me this way, and like, I'm not treating you any kind of way. That's just you. You feel that way. Hell no, y'all. These demons, the first thing they say, I just gotta say this. When people turn into narcissists, man, they be like, I'm not doing anything to you. That's just you. You feel like something is being done to you. I'm not blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Everything is you. Even though you have the facts in front of you, even though you see exactly what it is that they're doing, even though you see the behaviors that they displaying to you, all of that, it's just everything is still you. Everything is off on you. It's you. You're the one. Exactly. You said, right. You say I know mothers that hate their daughters and fathers who hate their son. I'm telling you, it's in the Bible. It is in the Bible. And honestly, I don't know the exact scripture and how it goes. And I really, 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 really need to practice that scripture though, for real. But it's there. It's in the Bible. This is the end times. We are living in the times of Cain and Abel. You know, we're living in the times of Solomon and Gomorrah. We're living in the end. I'm going to just be honest with you. So it's not unnormal at this point, nothing new under the sun. It's not unnormal at the fact that families are separating from each other and people are becoming dysfunctional. It might seem unnormal to us because once upon a time everybody was just, excited to be around each other. Every time we would have family get-togethers, everybody was happy to see one another. You was happy to see your favorite cousin, your favorite auntie, or whatever the case may be. You was just happy to be there. But now, family dysfunction is so heavy. It's to the point where it's like, we don't even know each other no more. You said demons, liars, scammers, hate questions, and paperwork too. If you ain't say that right, William, man, that is so true. They hate it when you ask questions. I'm telling y'all, when you ask questions, you're going to piss them off. It pisses them off, especially in 2025. Man, I can't even tell y'all how many people I have questioned. And I'm talking about really questioned. When I got questions, I want answers. Especially if I know that you got the answer to it, the answer to my question. And we're talking about receptionists. We talking about people that you got to be on the phone with when, they tell you to hold on the line and they put that soft ass weird music on, elevator type music and shit. And then they get back on the phone and then you're like, well, hey, I got this one question. And I just hate it when they about to end the phone call and they say, okay, that will be all. Thank you for choosing blah, blah, blah. Is there anything else I can help you with? And then as soon as you tell them what it is that you can help, what they can help you with, and you start asking all type of questions, they get pissed off. Make it make sense. When it comes down to paperwork, and I have questions, y'all, I read before I sign. Yes, I do. People be like, damn, you really gonna read the terms and conditions to the... Yes! Hell yeah. Even if I gotta skim through it. All right. Yep. Okay, bet. Oh, sometimes I take pictures and then I will go back and read it. Or sometimes if I don't feel comfortable enough to sign off on something because I read it and it I don't agree, how the fuck you gonna get mad at that? I mean, y'all, I hate when people be like, oh, here's this paper, just go ahead and sign. It's not doing anything but just talking about blah, 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 blah. No, 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 no. I don't need you to tell me what it's talking about, okay? That's the title. That's what it says that it's about. But I need to read the rest of this, okay? So watch out. Let me read. They be mad as hell. They be standing over you, toggling with their pen, huffing and puffing. And, okay, are you done yet? No, bitch. Watch out. You said, for example, I was trolling Will saying you got $1 cuz laugh out loud whole time, bro. Really seemed like he'll throw him some money and won't even know each other. But my family, majority of them won't give me nothing. Nothing. You can ask a family member for $5 right now. Send their ass a Cash App request for $5 and tell them exactly what you need it for. They gonna look at that shit and be like, huh, and deny it. Yeah, they be kind as hell when you expose them. William, I'm telling you, they be like, oh yeah, all you have to do is just sign, and then this is just basically telling you that you agree to the terms and conditions. No, you were programmed to say that. That's the thing. you know See, managers and assistant managers, I highly encourage y'all to, anytime y'all, and this goes for people in the human resources offices and things like that, anybody that works in corporate buildings, and just if you are anytime when it comes down to paperwork, we got lawyers, all type of shit, anybody that has to deal with paperwork and you need a person's signature, I highly suggest you tell them to please read before you sign. Stop encouraging them to just sign, because basically you telling me you want me to sign my life away. You don't want me to read. Just sign the papers. It's just telling you that this right here is this and that is this, okay? No, I need to read. They be mad, y'all. They be pissed off. That's when you see they demons coming out full throttle. For instance, y'all, and I still need this from them too. So this management company, right, that I used to deal with, they have never, this lady told me, she was like, in all my years of working here, nobody ever asked me for copies of anything. Bitch, what? Huh? Oh, well, I'm asking you, so can I get some copies of my paperwork? She said, oh man, that's a lot. You sure you want that now? I said, take your time, but I need that. I need that from you. I know it's gonna take time. Yeah, because it's like 200 or 300 pages, and I understand that it's 200 and 300 pages, but this is my important information that I need copies of. Thank you so much. I need the copies. Just make sure you get the copies to me. You wanted me to sign off on these things and stuff like that, and I read before I signed the shit. Now I need my damn copies, so I need you to get to it. She was pissed. She was like, yeah, in all of my time of working here, nobody's ever asked for copies. Yeah, because let's just be honest, I'm going to just be flat the hell out and be honest with you. A lot of black people are stupid. A lot of black people are stupid as hell. They don't ask questions. They don't ask for copies. They don't read before they sign. And that is a really big problem within the black community. Y'all don't even know how many offices I've been to when I had to really deal with paperwork, and I'm just watching people just flip through the pages and sign. They just signing their name, and then they hurrying up and they bringing the clipboard back. And you want to know why? It's because people, they don't reserve their time in their day. Like, for instance, a lot of people don't take off of work or take off of the things that they have to do, because it's like, if you was thinking correctly, you would be like, man, you know what? I'm going to just take this full day off and dedicate this time to this place that I got to go to, because I know I'm going to have to read before I sign this shit. Now I know it's gonna take some time. They don't do that. They don't do that. See, let me tell y'all what people in these corporate offices and things like that, anybody that has to deal with paperwork and people having to sign on a dotted line and shit like that, they they hope that you do just sign and don't read. They want you to do that. They want you to do that. So when anything happens, they can say, "Oh, it was under the terms and conditions. You didn't read that? Well, motherfucker, you ain't give me an opportunity to read it. Of course not. You told me to hurry up and sign." But see, that's the thing. People, they do shit because they feel like they have to. They have to. But when you a different type of person and you go the opposite direction of where everybody else is going, like for instance, look at everybody and how they're walking the same exact route with their phones in their hands. If you are the person that's just like this, you this. Matter of fact, we're gonna go this way. I'm going this way, y'all going that way. I don't have my phone. Y'all got y'all phones though. And y'all all going in the same exact direction. When you go the opposite direction of where everybody else is going, you stand out more and everybody begins to dislike you. Because they feel like, why is she not listening? Why? Why is she not doing the things that we need her to do? She's not abiding. Because I have realized that nobody's putting a gun to my head. A lot of people feel obligated, and I don't. Because I know that I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to just sign on a dotted line like you want me to, ma'am or sir. I'm going to read. Then when you ask questions, they get upset that they have to answer. Well, damn it, ain't that your job? You got to answer the questions that I have. Right. William says, that is how people get finesse, especially with home mortgages. Come on now. Come on now. And then right after they get finesse, William, they go right onto the website, Google reviews, and they ready to make a damn review. Well, I mean, you had the opportunity to read the paperwork, didn't you? You were so damn thirsty because you felt like, shit, I got the money in my hand and I'm ready to get this car. And then soon as your car shut off on you and your car get to doing all type of things and have a man of its own and things like that, or you don't even know what to do. You don't even know that you're supposed to go back to the dealership where you got the damn car from. But the reason why you don't know what to do is because you signed your name on the paperwork without reading. Just because they put that paperwork. See, the dealer, he got happy too because he seen that money and he knew right away, oh, this is a great finesse. Finesse the shit out of them. Oh, here, just go ahead and sign and the keys is yours. Of course. You said, yep, they hand the paperwork over, then they say they got to go pick up their kids from somewhere and make the move urgent. I ain't going for the... Exactly. Yep, they do that. Or they say, oh, like the lady told me when I told her I needed my copies. She was like, oh, well, I have a few more calls to make. I have a few more applications that I have to get out the way real quick, and then I'll get to your copies. I said, hey, I understand what you got to do. And I knew what I had to do when I came in here, right? I read through my paperwork. I signed. I really want to tell her that, yeah, I seen how frustrated you was getting when I was reading my paperwork and shit like that before I signed. But I did what I had to do, so now you got a job, and you got to give me my damn paperwork. So, no rush, because I get it. You got to do that and stuff like that, but give me my shit today. I told her, I was like, oh, I'm going to need that paperwork, though. I get what you got to do. Give me my shit today. For real. They hate when you ask for copies of everything. When I be on the phone with these corporations and things like that, and they asking me questions, and they need my verbal signature to move forward with things, or my verbal agreement to move forward with things. I say, oh, before this phone call ends, I would like for you to send me a copy of everything, rather that's through the mail, or you can email it to me. They get quiet. And it's like, okay, all right, got you. You know? But anyway, y'all, man, I've been on here for 2.5 hours now. I ain't about to keep going, because y'all gonna make me keep going. But we gotta get up out of here though. We're gonna come back maybe later today or maybe another day. It doesn't matter. But I do want to let y'all know before we get up out of here. Just because you got money in your wallet, money on your cards, and you got some possession of money today, it doesn't make you who you are. Real talk. Because a lot of people walking this earth, roaming this earth, and they're broken on the inside. Bank accounts fat. But they don't know how to live correctly. They don't know how to live correctly. And I just want to shout a few people out. Big, big, big shout out to William for interacting in the live stream. Shout out to my hubby, most importantly, for moderating. Empress, shout out to you. I ain't gonna shout everybody out now. Michael, I remember you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jory as well. And I appreciate all the people that interacted. I appreciate all the people that hit the subscribe button. But always remember that you gotta know who you are with or without money. Seriously. There's a lot of people that's lost just because they feel like they got a lot of money and stuff. They still lost. They still lost. So you call me broke, call him broke. Hey, we know who we are though. And at the end of the day, as long as you wake up and you acknowledge the fact that you get to live another day, that's what matters the most. Because everything in this life is materialistic and it's temporary. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by and for staying put for 2.5 hours. I got to get up out of here. Nevertheless, wake them folks up.